Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bantamweight Boxing YouTube channel with me, your host, Michael Waite. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all had a good week so far. Here in the UK, we've actually got a bank holiday this weekend, so looking forward to that, a bit of partying and a few good fights actually on the weekend. We've got a Canelo versus Ryder, so looking forward to that. Should probably do a video on that soon actually and drop my prediction for it. You never guess who I'm going for. But no, I think that is a good fight, all jokes aside. But in this video, as you can probably see by the title, I'm talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, the boxer who's on, I was going to say everyone's lips, but that sounds really like, doesn't sound right. The boxer everyone's talking about right now, he is, you can't get away from him. All his interviews, all the talks of who he's going to fight next. And the question I've got to answer in this video, and probably need the help from you guys in the comments, is Gervonta Tank Davis the face of boxing right now? And the reason why I've decided to make this video and think that the time's right for it is not only because Boxing Talk with Ade has covered the video, so that shows it's a good topic, but also because it's just come out that his fight with Ryan Garcia on the weekend did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. And that is just crazy numbers. We haven't heard numbers like that for a long time. Since kind of Triple G versus Canelo 1. That was the time we had that kind of hype in boxing and around the world. So when you're doing numbers like that, you suddenly move straight into that conversation of, are you the face of boxing, or are you nearly there? Are you going to be the face of boxing? And I think he's definitely on the way there. But the question I want to answer now is he the man right now? Is he going to be posted on all the billboards? Is he the one to bring eyes to the sport? Now, going back to him doing 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, like, that is, as I've said, an incredible achievement. And to do that as a lower weight class fighter as well, it just gives you even more kudos, in my opinion. We've seen recently fighters like AJ and Tyson Fury do numbers similar to that. I think AJ did about 1.5 in his Klitschko fight. So we've seen numbers like that, but to do it in the heavyweight division, not to take anything away from AJ, but it's a lot easier. It's the heavyweight division is, when you're getting into the sport, it's what your eyes straight away go to. And even if you never really get into boxing, I know a lot of people who boxing's not really for them, but if it's a heavyweight fight, they'll tune in because they love a bit of blood sport, right? They love seeing someone get knocked the hell out. I don't understand the human psychology about it, but for some reason, humans just really enjoy that, and myself included. And we can see, look at the photos behind me, or the posters behind me. Both of them are, heavyweight stars. We've got Rocky Balboa, the greatest of all time, and Cassius Clay, who was, a decent fighter. So, I know I'm already going to get killed for that. But yeah, so I think you've got to, it makes the topic even more interesting, the fact that Gervonta is fighting at 130 pounds. Now, I think to answer the question, there's a few things you've got to cover. For me to be the face of boxing, it's not just about being one of the top fighters in your division or pound for pound the best fighter right now. It's about, obviously you've got to achieve that. You've got to be one of the best fighters around, otherwise what's the point in, you're obviously not going to be the face of boxing. But it's about being number one in your kind of division. It's about having that kind of aura around you of, you're seeing something special here. I probably haven't described that perfectly, but when you watch Canelo, you get that aura. You're like, oh yeah, this is greatness. When you watch the Usyks, you're like, yeah, this is greatness. Like, there's that aura around him. And I think Gervonta has that. And also as well, I think Gervonta is kind of legitimized by the fact that he's got Floyd Mayweather next to him. If you're looking at, you're looking at a fighter going to the ring and they've got Floyd Mayweather next to them, this guy means business. Floyd Mayweather has taken time out of his day to come and watch this fight and put faith in him. He's not someone who's just gonna put his arm around any geezer who wants to fight, right? So Gervonta's got that kind of aura around him of greatness, and obviously he's reflecting that in the ring. So I'd say it's ability, the kind of aura, but I think the third thing I'd say as well is you've got to have the fighting style. You've got to have a style of boxing that people want to see. For many reasons, Hughie Fury will never be the face of boxing, and one of those is that people just never really enjoyed watching him fight. It's a bit like Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie is a great fighter, and I don't think as a British fighter he actually gets the support he kind of deserves. But the reason for that, and the reason why he's never going to be the guy in Britain, is because people just don't enjoy watching him fight. And he's very good, he's never lost. He's a world champion, all of that. But it doesn't matter. He lacks stylistically what people want to watch. But again, Tank Davis, at his weight class, he's the mini Mike Tyson. This guy knocks people out for fun. And he's got that's what I was saying at the start of the video. That's what people enjoy watching. Mike Tyson, Customato were talking about it when they created the peekaboo style. They wanted a style that was effective, but they wanted a style as well that was a fan favorite. Oh God, power's been cut. Guys, now you're gonna see what I actually look like. Oh damn it. All right, we're coming back out. A little technical difficulty there. The light's gone off. But yeah, Mike Tyson had it. He had that style that people enjoyed watching, that, knocking people out. And Gervonta's got that as well. All right, 3, 2, 1, boom. See how pretty I am? So I think for me, the three kind of pointers, if you will, of becoming the face of boxing, I think Gervonta does tick all of them. He's got the aura. He's got the style that brings people, gets people off their seats and makes them pay money, to watch him fight. And also as well, he's winning. He's undefeated and he's looking solid. So in that sense, he ticks all of those. Do I think he's the face of boxing right now? He's up there. I've still got Canelo as number one. I think, in my personal opinion now, I think we've probably seen the best of Canelo. I think I wouldn't be surprised now if we start to see him coming over the hill. I feel like, and when I say coming over the hill, he's still going to be bloody amazing. But I think he's peaked as a fighter and he's worked himself to the bone. This guy's been fighting like 4 times a year against, still solid opponents. So I think that wear and tear will start to play, and I think he'll kind of slow down as a fighter. And there is there's going to be a vacuum for someone to take that spot. And people like having a face of boxing. They like having that number one guy. I think AJ was it for a while. AJ and Canelo kind of battled it out. I think Canelo was always on top, but AJ was definitely flying the British flag for sure, but also, bringing loads of eyes to the sport. But obviously with him, he's got the style, he's got the aura, but now he can't really back it up in the ring. You've got to beat Usyk to be the face of boxing. You've got to be the number one in your division. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So his kind of traction is dropping slightly. I'm sure, if he fights Wilder, it'll shoot back to the top. But again, like Canelo, I think he's coming over the hill, and his time as a boxer is coming to the end. He's coming into his late 30s. Well, that won't be long. And then you've got a Tank. I was going to say Tank Garcia then, but you've got a Tank Davis who's 28. He's ready to go. It's only looking up from here. And I think the last point I'd say is, in conclusion, I don't think he is right now, but give it 2 years and I'd be very surprised if he wasn't. I'd be very surprised. And the other reason why I say that is not only because of his own attributes, but because of the dance partners he potentially has. A boxer is only as good as the person they can get in the ring with. The best boxers in the world, the reason why Canelo was the face of boxing is because of Triple G, because he had that dance partner, someone of an equal level to him who people were going to get out their seats to watch. And Tank Davis will take a lot of this credit as the face of boxing now, but he only got there because of Ryan Garcia. right? Because Ryan Garcia brought eyes to that fight as well. But when I look to the future for Gervonta Davis, it looks mouth-watering as a boxing fan. You've got Devin Haney versus Lomachenko coming up soon. If Tank fights either of those guys, that is just a wicked fight. I've been wanting to see Lomachenko versus Tank Davis for about 5 years. If they make that fight, I don't care how old Lomachenko is, brilliant fight. Again, eyes to the sport. Even likewise, Devin Haney, eyes to the sport. Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. What happens in that fight? You know, that is one that no boxing fan knows right now. And then you've even got, and then the rematch is there as well with Ryan Garcia. You know, they're not talking about the rematch right now. And I think that's a smart business play. It wouldn't draw the eyes to the sport, and it would look like a money grab if they both just jumped back in the ring with each other. But there's a great storyline there. You know, they're both of them, it was their first big fight. They do the rematch in 2 years' time or whatever, do it at 140. Ryan Garcia's got a great lullaby or backstory. Yeah, you beat me, but I was cut at 130. Now I'm at 140 and I've got a few wins under my belt. It makes for a great story, and they meet down the line. Like, that's off the top of my head, that's 3 mega fights, you know, that they could potentially make. Mega fights. And for that reason, I think he will be the face of heavyweight. I was going to say heavyweight boxing. He could fight a heavyweight with the way he punches, but he will be the face of boxing in a year or so's time. But yeah, that's been my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And yeah, have a good evening. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.